Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here. Got another Master Duel video for you. Coming at you with another viewer special since it is Monday yet again. For those of you who are not in the know, every week here on the channel on Mondays, we do the viewer special where I showcase games from you all, the viewers. That way we can see some decks and strategies that I might not normally have time to get to, but more importantly, we can celebrate your awesome duels together. Sort of come together as a community and do all that fun stuff. So if you're interested in getting in on the viewer special, you're going to want to head down to the description below. There you're going to see an invite link to our Discord server, the Hexlexplex. Once you are in there, make sure to go down to the viewer special channel under the Master Duel section. You can drop your 9-digit player ID and then I can view your publicly saved replays. But let's not waste any more time and get right on into your games. Alright, our first duel comes to us from Pix. Pix has a game where they are going to be playing White Forest. This is our list here. Looks like we're rocking some going second cards as well as triple tactics thrust and heavy slump. The ultimate anti-max C tech. Bunch of really fun techs going on in this build. And then our opponent is going to be on Magistus Draco Tale. So I'm actually really eager to see this matchup because, you know, I've been thinking like it's really easy to overlook a deck like White Forest that just came out. As well as a lot of other decks right now in the wake of Draco Tale. It seems like everybody's just rushing to play all different kinds of Draco Tale, but I don't think it's quite a tier 0 deck. So let's see how the previous hyped deck White Forest does here. We're going to start with normal summon Sylvie. Looks like they're going to chain an effect veiler on the Sylvie. So unfortunately, that's not going to resolve, and we do have the Rucia here. We can special summon and then discard to draw, see what we get. And we do end up finding the field spell Witch of the White Forest. We can reset the woes off of the Rucia there, and then go for Elzet, sending away the field spell in order to special summon, and then add Elzet as a Mina. Now we can start going into our pretty much full combo at this point. Here's Rasila, the level 6 Synchro. That's going to pitch Heavy Slump, and another Effect Veiler from the opponent is going to end up negating the Rasila, which is pretty unfortunate. We do still have Elzet as a Mina though, so it's not like we're in that bad of a spot. We can summon Elzet as a Mina, sync it with the Rasila. Here comes Diabel. Now Diabel can wheel a card back to our hand. It could be the Witch, and of course Elzet can add the Hallowed as, or no, Deception rather, probably, is what's going to happen here. Yeah, there we go. Deception comes down, going to activate, we're going to tribute off the Rucia, and now we're going to get Azamina Debtors. Setting that before passing, and we're going to use that, it looks like, to go into plays on the next turn. So, we got a bunch of really relevant face-down cards here. They're going to lead with normal summon Malulu, fusing with Orgola and Fulos in hand to summon the Draco Tale Arthelion. Arthelion Chainlink 1, Malulu Chainlink 2, and then Orgola Chainlink 3. So they're gonna get the stuff to add back as well as negating the effects of one of our cards in the field. Looks like that's why we're using Diabel now. We're also summoning the Azamina Soul. Oh gosh. Ariskian? I'm not sure. Basically, we have the materials for a level 10 Synchro Summon now. Looks like they're going to use Orgola to pop the face down Morian. Negate the effects of our Poplar. Mini, we can't quick Synchro anymore. They're going to add back Veiler and Balulu was the other one? Yes. Alright, we do still get to set woes, as well as get rid of their Rahu. So thanks to the woes, we will be able to synchro, but we can't do it right now, obviously, because we just set woes and it can't be activated the turn it's set. Secretarian Dragon does actually matter. I guess that is one reason why maybe White Forest isn't doing so hot in this meta right now, is they do kind of catch strays from the Secretarian Dragon, negating all of our spellcasters. Rahu's fusing Pan with the Veiler in hand, summoning Golemel. Yeah, things are not looking the greatest for us here. They are able to establish their board. Golem popping Diabell, Pan setting. That's also going to get to pop a monster here. Reviving the Malulu by putting a Veiler back as well. Moving to battle phase, they're going to swing in with the Golem, and then everything else on board is going to deal 7,100 points of damage, leaving us at 900. Very close game here. End phase, we're going to summon both Sylvie and Racila by putting back Poplar and Diabell. And we'll get the Sylvie search here as well, which is nice. Oh, and the LZ summon too. Oh no, we don't get the Sylvie summon, or search, right? Because it's negated. But we do get the LZ add and the Deception set. So we're going into this turn pretty well set, and we even have Salesman too. Salesman call our Thalion, so they can't fuse into that and bounce our stuff. We can revive our Azamina and then sync with Sylvie. Here's Baron de Fleur. And now things are looking a lot better. Yeah, of course, also Secretarian Dragon would have prevented us from searching off Sylvie, even if they didn't negate their own effects. Using the Baron on the Golem. Yeah, Golem always had to be the last chain link there because it's a when effect. It's when you activate a Draco Tale card or effect, so... Our Thelion's gonna get summoned, but because of Salesman, it can't use its effect. But they will get the effects of all of their other Draco Tale cards here. Wow. Golem revives. Pan revives the Malulu. Flame gets set. Baron's negated. And then Ketu Draco Tale is also set. Elzet Azamina sending away the field spell in order to summon and add Sylvie. Normal summon Sylvie. No more Secretarian Dragon on the field, so we do get the effect. Summon back Sylvie by putting back Racila. Now Rusia plus Elzet are going to make Racila. Racila F, send away the Tails, add the Scourge. Tails F is set. And flip that up, and we're going to search the... Oh, Diabells, yeah. We haven't gone for Diabells or Diabell Star Vengeance yet. So even though our opponent's board is full, they're kind of out of things to do. They've used everything except I was going to say the last face down card, which is Draco Tale Horn, but now they've used it. So even though their board looks scary, really all they have going for them is one card in hand that is probably not a hand trap. I would have had to have imagined they would have used that by now if that was the case. So the face down cards are Flame and Ketu. Here's Diabell Star Vengeance. We can battle over their board, and then we could even get rid of the Ketu with Diabell Star Vengeance this turn if we really wanted to. What does Scourge do again? Tribute a Synchro Monster, target a face-up card in the field against effects, and if you tribute a white forest Synchro Monster, you can special summon an Illusion Monster from your graveyard. That's neat. It's like we're doing Azamina stuff. We're probably just going to win on this turn at this rate. Well, we'll see. We'll see what we end up summoning here. It's Chaos Angel. Okay. So Chaos Angel could banish the... Okay, you're going for the Flame. That makes sense, because then we'll have all these quick play spells during our opponent's turn. And again, we can battle over the board, so picking apart the back row. I like doing that here. Oh yeah, it's Jover at this point. Like, if they even survive this turn, you know, we're gonna have so many negates and interactions going into their turn. Yeah, here's Ilya Sylvia. I imagine this can be, oh my god, with the triple tactics thrust, it's so disgusting. Setting another Salesman, and then just sending it away with the Diabell Star. I was gonna see, this has to reset itself, right? Yeah. Popping the Ketu, moving to battle phase. Oh, SP, we can't attack directly, so we don't have lethal this turn, but I mean... Come on. We got Morian, we got Ilya Sylvia, we got Diabell Star Vengeance, we got Scourge, we got Woes. I think we're looking pretty good here. We're going to use Ilya Sylvia to negate Ketu. Vengeance to pop. And then we also can summon the Pop Lure. And yeah, seems like a pretty easy dub now. Excellent work. Definitely showing that, you know, White Forest is not a completely outclassed deck by any means, just because Draco Tale is newer, flashier, and I will definitely admit a bit better, but White Forest is still very viable in this meta, as is demonstrated. Let's go and take a look at our next game. Thank you very much, Pix. Okay, our next game comes to us from Floppy Keyboard, who has quite the opponent they ended up playing against, as you can see here. Yeah, so last week I showed a video where during the Structure Deck event I faced against a Worlds competitor, and it seems like I am not the only one. I was up against Victor Lee, and it looks like you faced Pack. So we are actually going to be on Labyrinth here, using the new Trapaholic. A couple copies of that. And Pack, of course, was on Draco Tale. Looks like a branded variant. Yep, I see the card. Well, actually, is it branded? Because I don't see branded fusions, just the Cartesia. Looks like it's pure using the Cartesias. Interesting build. Let's go ahead and take a look at this duel. You were going second as well. It's always fun. Always fun when you get to face up against the world's competitor. You see the accessories first, or at least I always do. I see like the you know, border around the icon. I'm like, wait a second, huh? And then you see the username. Alright, looks like Pack's gonna lead with Rahu, sending Lucius from deck and Fuelos from hand. Gonna summon Draco Tale Arthelion. Arthelion effect's going to return the Lucius to hand, and then Lucius is going to get to set as well. Our hand looks solid. We've got rollback, we've got furniture. Did they set Ketu? Yep, okay. Normal summon Lucius, add Fimena, activate Ketu, add Orgola, this all makes sense. Fimena F activating here, using the Lucius in hand with the Orgola on the field. This is going to be Golem L, I imagine. Yep. Orgola F, setting Flame. Orgola F, returning Fimena. And pass. So that's a pretty standard Rahu plus any monster combo line there. Looks like we're going to use Furniture to pitch the rollback, set Big Welcome. Drawing for a turn, we find Arias. That seems like a really good top deck here. Arias is like, as somebody who doesn't play a lot of Lab, but of course has played against it a fair amount, like, you know, anybody else, I think Arias is like low-key one of the most annoying cards to deal with as the opponent to Lab. So we're gonna Big Welcome to summon and then bounce Ariana. Looks like they're going to fuse with a Ghost Spell in hand in order to summon another Arthelion using Fimena. Now we're gonna go Lovely F and then Stovey F. They're gonna go Arthelion F, targeting Lucius in the graveyard. And then we're gonna chain Arias. Now that'll prevent them from using Golem out, which is actually definitely worth noting. So it's kind of like how you can chain block Arias. Well, sometimes you can chain block, because Arias is a win. Same with Golem. Golem is a win. So because they activated a Draco Tale effect, but we chained Arias, they were not able to respond by chaining the Golem effect, which is very handy here. Whoops, not fast forward. I think we're also going to make use of our rollback here on the Big Welcome. The Big Welcome is going to resolve, summoning Lady from deck, and then bouncing Lovely. Valor dodges the Lovely, or rather the other way around, Lovely dodges the Valor. Arias is summoned, they can wheel the Lucius back to hand. Stovey is summoned, and then Lovely resolves. Gonna send a card from hand, which ends up being the Lucius that was added. Normal summon Ariana is gonna add the Labyrinth Coup Clock, and now we're synchroing the Ariana with the Arias. This of course means Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel effect activates, banishing Golemel. They're gonna chain Arthelion since two monsters are sent at the same time. We're gonna fire off the Coup Clock here. And the pack was like, nope, I'm done. That's gotta be a really good feeling to have someone who is a Worlds competitor surrender to you like that and say, nope, you got it, I'm done. That's awesome. Okay, thank you very much, Floppy Keyboard. Let's go into our last duel. And this last game comes to us from Jordan, aka Poetry is Alive, over on the Discord server. We are once again going to be on White Forest. And it looks like we're on the Fiendsmith variant in particular. And our opponent is yet again going to be on Draco Tale. Looks like the Magistus variant, so go ahead and check out this going second game. Yeah, like I said before, I'm actually really glad that a lot of people were submitting games not with Draco Tale, but against it as other decks, because, you know, I've been playing pretty much nothing but Draco Tale since the release dropped, so I really like getting a perspective from, you know, the other side of the table, so to speak. Okay, our opponent's leading with Spenta. They're going to add the Zorora here. Normal summon Zorora. We're firing off the Fuelos. Zorora F to equip the Artemis, summon Spenta, and then here's the other Fuelos, now that we know they're locked in. And they are going to commit to the Synchro summon for Borreload Savage Dragon. They might stop after, giving us 2 draws here. Nope, they're gonna go for it. They're using Rahu Draco Tale, using Phimena and Orgola. You know what? I think that actually makes sense though. Because, like, yeah, that gives us 2 draws, but that also sets up 2 trap cards for them, and they can use the Orgola to wheel the Phimena back into their hand. So I definitely understand, and I even honestly kind of agree with our opponent's play there of going for the Rahu Fusion Summon. I think what tips it over the edge to making it worth it is the fact that they can use Orgola to wheel Phimena back to hand. I guess they're just using Arthelia to put it back in hand. In that case, they really could have added, like, Spenta, I guess, and then used Orgola, but I guess that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so we got a lot of draws there. We're going to go for Philly and Diabel, and they're immediately going to activate the Draco Tale Flame. I'm not going to lie, I think that was a misplay on our opponent's part. I think they need to be, against a hand that has as many cards as ours does, I think they need to be a lot more selective about when they use their negates. Diabel Star going to set Deception, activating Deception. And then we got the Hallowed Azamina sending away Deception for Ilia Sylvia. Gonna throw down the Fiendsmith's Tract next. Here's Lurie. And we still haven't normal summoned yet, and we've got this Stellar in our hand. There's Ghost Bell on the Fabled Lurie. But that lets us triple attack, and we would take control if they didn't Borreload here, but we're going to use Ilia Sylvia on the Borreload. To which they're going to chain with the Phimena. I think they should have waited on that Phimena, because now we have an opportunity to steal whatever they summon, and then they won't get the effect. I know they're Arthelian, but didn't they already use Arthelian's effect this turn? No, because they haven't fusion summoned this turn. Never mind. Yeah, good call. Now we get the Arthelian effect. Glad you picked up on that. Yeah, that's a really fun interaction if you activate like a takes control effect and your opponent summons in the same chain link. Or really, yeah. If you activate a take control effect, they summon in the same chain link. Then you will get the effect. Always a fun little interaction there. Alright, a Stellar for Sylvie, going for the Rasila. So we really only have the 1 face down card on their field left to worry about. I guess the card in hand could be a hand trap, but unless it's like a Nib or something, it's probably not. Okay, Tails resets, a Stellar resummons. Now we're going to go for Witch of the White Forest, adding Diabels. Interesting, we're also going to treat a Stellar as a tuner. Synchro with Arthelian for Baron. Yes, Baron de Fleur. Baron F to pop the face down card they just set. They're going to flip up Horn on the Rasila, and we can chain Sylvie on the Rasila. Now Horn kind of fizzles out. Their Ketu Draco Tale is popped. Diabels is summoned. And then here comes Diabel Star Vengeance as well. This is lethal, right? Yeah, we're gonna pop the Borreload. Negate the Arthelian summon effect, and then yeah, we definitely have lethal on board. Even without synchroing with Poplar. or other stuff, but looks like this is going to be the Vengeance. Yep, Vengeance F, push back Arthelion, battle phase, and swing in for lethal. Good stuff. All right. Thank you very much, Jordan, as well as everybody else who submitted for the viewer special. Definitely showing that even though Draco Tale is the new hotness, and even with Worlds level competitors backing them up, you all were not going to fold to the new meta. Thank you all very much for your submissions. Let's go ahead and move now to our outro. Hey everybody, Hexlex here. Thank you so very much for watching all the way to the very end of the video, which by the way is one of the best ways to support the channel. Speaking of supporting the channel, take a look at the names on screen. These are folks who have been so generous as to either join as a YouTube member or subscribe over on patreon.com/Hexlex to support. There's also perks for doing so. If you would like to see YouTube videos early, as well as some exclusive videos that get uploaded to YouTube, but for one reason or another I decide not to publish, definitely go ahead and hit that join button to see content early, as well as some exclusive content. If you're looking for more exclusive content, over on patreon.com, I upload exclusive videos that are not posted on YouTube just about every single day. Whether you choose to subscribe over on Patreon, join as a YouTube member, or simply continue to watch, your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you so very much. But for now, this is Hexlex. I am signing out, and I hope that you have a fantastic day.